Are you a software engineer looking to start your own IT business? You definitely need to watch this one first. Before we dive in, consider subscribing if you're new here to get more guidance on IT careers and IT businesses. I release a new video every Wednesday, so you might want to click on that notification bell as well to be here on time, and give me a like to help me grow this channel. And now let's talk business. During my career in IT, I have seen a number of tech founders who either screwed it or made it work. And there is definitely one factor that defines where you will end up. So I have a tech founder myself, and I absolutely love working with my CTO and co-founder. But first I would like to give you a few other examples from my own experience and my own employment history, and you will notice one pattern that either helped them grow or destroyed them. So situation one refers to the time when I've been working as an employee in an outsourcing vendor, and the boss there was one boss in the company, and he was a tech guy, and he defined everything that went inside the company. He refused to delegate anything, like simply anything, not even social media posts, not even the content of the website. Like, there were people who did that, but they had to wait for his approval to move forward. And more often than not, they were declined every single initiative that they wanted to take in order to help him grow his own business. He started his business by securing 3 major customers who were his personal acquaintances, since he's been studying in MIT and had some really useful acquaintances. So he's been lucky to secure those customers and build a team around those customers. And that's how he ran his business for over a decade, or about 2 decades. However, you should understand that luck has its end date as well. At some stage he did understand that as well, and he decided to run a sales department, to actually found a sales department after a decade and a half of his running a business, to bring more customers and to find more customers to his business. However, as soon as they wanted to take some more initiative, to provide some revolutionary ideas, to find new customers, he was unwilling to follow, refusing to take any opportunity that he has been offered. And it ended up in the sales department. After a few years of boosting sales, of bringing new customers, everybody just went away because they understood that they just can't everything that they suggest doing, even as simple as a blog post on the website, is met with the refusal of our boss. And yes, it just simply couldn't work in such an environment where a tech guy tries to understand how sales work and how marketing work and all that marketing materials that help to attract customers, but to him it sounded like a buzz talk, and he didn't understand why we don't include every single detail of the projects in the leaflets that we send it out to our customers, and so on. So when a tech guy tries to control sales process, he definitely ruins it. He ended up losing 80% of his company, and he's at the age of closing his company at this stage. The station 2 refers to another boss of mine who founded a product company. So he is a tech guy, and he worked and he created the first prototype himself. So he coded, and he brought his first prototype to life. At some stage he attracted another tech founder, and together they outlined that first MVP version of their product. However, what he did next was to bring in someone more strategic, more financially oriented person. That was his CFO, but that CFO also had some strategic thoughts. And after that, he attracted also some PR people who helped him hit the market. They actually did all the work for him. They uploaded that app on the stores, they tried to promote that app, and so on. And that's when that app hit the market, and actually he made this product successful just by attracting the right people to his team at the right stage. Then another stage came when he fired his key players, his non-tech key players, PR, marketing and sales people, and also HR person who brought the right talent to his team and that's when his company started to decrease in size. And I don't know what happens now. I only know that in there works about half the people that used to work when I worked there. So when you fire key players that are non-tech, prepare to face the consequences. The situation 3 is actually described in that video of mine where I invite Vitaly Duke to my channel, who shares his experience in building and trying to bring his product to the market. There were four tech founders, and together they developed an amazing product that the market didn't need. So if you want to learn more about how bringing only tech people to your team can ruin your startup, make sure to check out that video. Now, out of all those examples, you might already have noticed one pattern. If you are a pure tech guy, you need an unpurified biz dev person to your team. In other words, you need a non-tech co-founder. Someone who would stop you from thoughtless coding by asking a simple question: where's the money, dude? You need someone who will not be impressed by you and someone who will not listen to you. You need someone who will listen to the analytics and the market and the revenue. Now, it relates to both service-based and product-based companies. In the first case, in the service-based companies, that co-founder, that non-tech co-founder, will be responsible for bringing sales to a company, for finding new customers, for evaluating those customers fit for your company, for marketing research, for content, for social media strategy, for social media presence, for the strategy, for the finance part, for the operations part, so that you could focus on actually development and delivering great results. In the second case, when you want to start a product company and bring a product to the market, that's your go-to person when you want to do a market research, when you want to find your target audience, to define who your target audience is, whether this is actually something relatable, something that could be monetized. So this is your go-to person to do that for you. And also this person will be responsible for maybe trying to find some alternative ways of developing to reduce the costs of development. And also that person might be the one who will seek for investments. And by the way, if you are considering several types of how you can bring money to your business and where to find funds for your business, make sure to check out that video of mine where I describe several sources of how you can find funds for your business and for your product. So your non-tech founder is a lifesaver of your life energy, of your time, precious time, and sometimes money. This is your go-to person to save you the effort and the pain, and to cheer up when things go wrong and to celebrate with you when things go right. Now, the second tip I have for you as a techie who wants to start his business is don't code, don't jump into coding right off the bat. First, evaluate your idea and try to find simple ways to do that, even as much as a survey sometimes might do. No need to write even a single line of code before you actually validate your idea, before you actually know for sure that this is something a market needs and this is something people would wait and this is something people would pay for. Now again, if you haven't already, make sure to watch that episode where I invite Vitaly Duke, a tech co-founder, where they had beautiful product. I actually used it, but it wasn't needed by the market. They had 4 tech co-founders in the team and not one single product marketer or not one single strategy guy who would tell them what to do. Now, another tip I have for you as a tech founder is grow your soft skills. I cannot underline the importance of this enough. Now, this is where my co-founder comes into play, and not only him, but also a lot of other tech guys I've met with during my IT career, and that is mind what you say. Don't spoil it all by blurting it all out and by saying everything you think about this particular customer. As much as one wrong word can ruin it all. So don't spoil it all. Don't blow it up by just saying the wrong things or by expressing yourself in the wrong way. So grow your soft skills. It is especially relatable for people who have strong mentality, who are used to tough love, your clients won't appreciate it, and neither will your business. So if you are not sure whether you can communicate effectively with people, and if you're not sure that people will actually like what you say, make sure to grow these skills. The same way you do your hard skills, research in the Google how you can grow your soft skills, how you can better answer in the best way. Google, everything is Googleable now. And if you have a non-tech co-founder, you might want to check out with them whether what you're going to say is good enough. By the way, if you want to meet my co-founder, a data architect, make sure to check out that video of mine. Now, another 2 tips I have for you is mind your financial stuff and mind your legal stuff. And again, these 2 could be easily solved by bringing in a non-tech co-founder who will mind this thing, especially the financial part. Mind your expenses and mind your incomes. And I'm explaining how to do that in a cheap way in that video of mine. Again, make sure to check it out. I give a lot of useful information, and I already recorded a lot of videos on how to run your IT business, so make sure to check it out. And on the legal part, make sure that you have an agreement between you and your co-founder if you're going to bring in your co-founder, so that no questions arise when it's time to share your financial revenues. And also make sure to mind your taxes and have all this paperwork, this disastrous paperwork. Just mind that business, because you don't want any trouble when things go up and then all of a sudden they might go down because you didn't do some sort of a paperwork. There is one thing not every techie understands, and that is when you start a business, you cease to be an engineer. You are no more a tech guy, you're a businessman. You should kill your inner engineer in order to make place for the entrepreneur. If you are not ready for that, don't start. Engineer should die for an entrepreneur to be born, period. You should think in business terms from now on. Nobody cares how beautiful your code is, unless you're speaking to another tech guy. All you should care now is the revenue, because when you run a business, it means that you will bring in people to your teams, and you're responsible for your team already, and you have no right to not think about your revenue and to not think in business terms and to not think about business, because you have a team to pay salaries for, they count on you and you're responsible for them, because you have a business to run, because you have a company to mind. You have no right to think about yourself and how good you as a coder are. I know an example, one real life example, when there were 2 tech co-founders on the board, and when the time came, one of the tech co-founders took the role of a CEO, and another guy had to take part in the strategic vision of the company, and he wanted to stay a simple coder. He wanted to just continue being a team lead, and that's not how business is run, and he was fired by the board. So kill your inner engineer so that an entrepreneur is born. If you're willing to learn more about IT businesses, how to start them, how to run them, how to mind your financial part, make sure to subscribe if you still haven't, and click the notification bell to be here on time every Wednesday. Also, let me know in the comments whether you like this video, and if you hated it, let me know in the comments. I need to know why. Make sure to grab my copy of business plan template. It is especially relatable for you if you want to start a product business, but it also works for a service-based business. And give me a thumbs up so that you will help me grow this channel, and I will see you next Wednesday. Have a great week, have a great mood, and I'm waiting for you next Wednesday.